I sent you a message the other day because I tried a 17 free nail polish, which,
Yes.
so we needed a green because Ellen was Medusa for Halloween. And so it had to be green. And so I went
Of
and tried the
course.
Mineral Fusion at Sprouts that you recommended, but the green was like kind of pale. It was pretty.
It wasn't what
But
you were
so
looking for.
it wasn't what we were looking for. So we bought Sally Hansen. So really, classic brand at a drugstore. And we bought Sally Hansen, but they have a 17 free in a million colors too. So we got an awesome green. It worked really well. One coat went on, was great. If you look closely, you can still see it around my cuticles because I just took it off. This episode of The Naturalist is sponsored by Premier Research Labs.
This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
I would just like to, I guess we should start every episode talking about nail polish. That will
Well,
not
it is like 3 for 3 at this point.
We're 3 for 3. But amazing to see such a, and 17 free, because we talked about on past episodes, there's like a few free, a handful free, but 17 free, that's a lot free. So Sally Hansen stepping up. And then that's like one line. Is it one line? Yeah.
It's one line. And they have a million different lines.
Right.
But I was impressed, and it had a huge color selection. And
nice.
I didn't notice any difference in terms of, I'm not a huge nail painter.
Yeah, but you're going to have green cuticles for
I'm going to have green cuticles
accomplished.
So, and it's kind of funny because once you discover, I've suspected my whole life that nail polish is terrible for me. But once you actually discover it, like now the plastic-free gum that we've been talking about, I cannot go back to eating regular gum ever, to chewing regular gum.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat any gum.
I ate so much gum when I was a kid.
Yes. Public service announcement. Don't eat gum, don't eat nail polish.
Exactly. But once you learn those things, then I can never go back to buying regular nail polish.
You can't. That's the thing. Like, you discover knowledge is power, right? Like, you know, you have the information, then you change your purchasing decisions. Then it just gets fun, like finding the products that you love. Oh, I do have one product that I love that I brought. I have such dry hands. I'm like always looking for a hand cream. I decided, because I like unscented, so I was like shopping at Whole Foods the other day and just saw this one from EO, which I doubt is
I love
new,
that brand,
because EO's been around a long time. And after one use, my hands so soft, silky smooth.
I love EO. They just celebrated I think it was their 30th anniversary at Expo West in 2025.
I love them too. Yeah, they're such a staple in this industry. And I was like, oh, I'll give this a try. Best hand cream I've tried it for a long time.
Putting it on my shopping list. There have been some fun galleries happening on New Hope. Tis the season.
As always, yes.
And one that came out recently, it was about Thanksgiving favorites from Meredith Kaufman, of course, our queen of CPG launch galleries. And I thought this was kind of a fun gallery because the products all had kind of a twist. And so the product that really caught my eye was Afia. So Afia is a brand that has won, if not multiple, then at least one Nexies, but it's been one Nexie, but it's been a finalist multiple times. It's a family-owned brand. They're from Syria, and they have these great products. They have spices, they have frozen meals, and they are just really Mediterranean inspired with these wonderful flavors. So they have a new Mediterranean stuffing. How cool is that? And it's chickpea based, and instead of bread. So it's chickpea, sweet potato, cranberries, and sage. So I love that because it's kind of a classic cranberry sage, but then they add that sweet potato chickpea element. And I'm sure, like all of Afia's products, it's delicious. I haven't tried it yet.
Yum. I love that. I need to look into that, because I was saying this year, normally I do homemade stuffing, and I just got like totally unnecessarily aggressive with my family and was like, you don't appreciate my homemade stuffing, so I'm just getting it out of a box this year. They're like, what are you talking about? Love your stuffing. So just looking for a way out of the homemade stuffing. So I've been looking for options and kind of eyeing things on like end caps at Sprouts and everywhere I've been shopping. So I'll have to try that. I like the unique twist on a classic.
Well, and another product that's in Meredith's gallery, which is something that I had just been thinking about a lot recently, she actually asked me and said, do you think beef tallow is a Thanksgiving thing? What would you use it for? And I actually just bought myself some regenerative beef tallow the other day, which incidentally, they had the same brand regenerative beef tallow at Safeway and at Sprouts. So again, seeing those trends and those natural products, trickling into conventional. And so what I said I would do with it is make a Thanksgiving hot water pie because of course, I am a Great British Bake Off fan.
Oh, yes.
So that's what I use my beef tallow for. But I'm guessing you could just deep fry your turkey in that. Throw it in there.
I love that. And the interesting thing about beef tallow too, because you talked about the different markets it's in, natural, conventional, I'm seeing it, and maybe it even started in like the culinary world, but I'm just seeing so much coverage of it on like food websites, recipe websites, people talking about how it completely transforms stews and these like warming dishes for the season. So I love that it's like this standout ingredient kind of everywhere that you try.
And if you have leftover, you could just slap it on your face. So beef tallow, check. What else have we got here? What's your kind of favorite natural products for Thanksgiving?
I'm kind of looking, right? Because I am. So I'm open to suggestions because I do try to make everything from scratch on Thanksgiving. But this year I'm feeling the lazy bone. So yeah, what else do you got for me, Adrienne? You're the one for this.
This episode of The Naturalist is sponsored by Premier Research Labs. Premier Research Labs, PRL, founded in 1987 by visionaries Dr. Robert Marshall and Dr. Linda Forbes, is a trailblazer in professional-grade nutritional supplements, driven by purity, fueled by innovation, and unwavering in its commitment to uncompromising quality. Born from the conviction that not all supplements are created equal, PRL redefined the industry with excipient-free, 100% plant-based formulas, solvent-free capsules, and extraordinary manufacturing practices that honor the body and the earth. With rigorous orthogonal and energetic testing, rejecting over 70% of raw materials that did not meet our exacting standards, PRL sets a premier benchmark for safety, potency, and trust. Guided by our mission to transform global wellness and anchored in the core values of transformation, extraordinary, and community, PRL empowers practitioners, patients, and conscious consumers to pursue optimal vitality, continuing to inspire a healthier, more connected world for today and for generations to come. Well, I don't know if you've ever roasted cooked your own pumpkins to make pumpkin pie. I have done it before, and my conclusion, and I don't even really like pumpkin pie, let's be honest, but my conclusion is, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So I would suggest the Bon Maman pumpkin pie filling. Did I pronounce that right? So that's also a product that's in this gallery, and I love that it's just super simple too. Real pumpkin, spices, sugar, throw it in a pie, throw in a couple eggs, done.
As you were talking about that, well, first of all, I was like in shock that
you were
Googling
like
pumpkin pie. Yeah, no, I went down so many rabbit holes in my mind. Like, oh my gosh, you don't like pumpkin pie. And then I was thinking about times I've roasted. It's such an ordeal, roasted the pumpkins and done all that. So that sounds delicious. And then I was remembering something I did try recently, and I think it was Bob's Red Milk Cake Mix. They have a vanilla. Do they have a vanilla cake mix? As Bob's Red, I'm pretty sure they do. Heck on that, we don't have to do. But I made like those bars I was telling you about. Those things pumpkin bars that were super easy. And you basically just like sprinkled, you got like a canned pumpkin, which so I'll have to try that. And then sprinkled cake mix and like a mixture of like cake and butter and whatever on top. And it just like created like this little cakey pumpkin bar thing. But normally I like always make the cake mixes and everything from scratch. But I thought it was a perfect thing to just get like a good clean vanilla or yellow cake mix.
Well, and Bob's Red Mill, their products are fantastic. I actually had Bob's Red Mill grits this morning for breakfast.
Ooh, I had
egg
oats.
On top.
Bob's Red Mill, like the thick cut oats. So what else is going on? Great products. So we'll have more. There's so many products to help make the holidays a little easier, a lot more festive. Love that for us, for all of you. There's also some other things happening in the natural products industry. And I wanted to talk about the new setup over at Justin's, right?
Yeah.
So Hormel Foods and Forward Consumer Partners are creating a partnership that they're positioning as increasing growth of Justin's nut butters. And Justin's, has expanded, has all these great USDA organic chocolate snacks and peanut butter snacks. Oh my gosh, I just tried their like hard shell candy. Have you had those? They're like, did a little movie night and had those like hard shell Justin candies. They kind of look like M&Ms and then they're filled with nut butter and chocolate on the inside. They're so good. Anyways, they've expanded. They've done a lot of things. Obviously, they're pioneers in this space, but this means that Hormel Foods will now be a minority owner of, and I think they're at 49% or something. And then it will be owned 51% by Forward, 49% by Hormel. But this brings Justin himself, Justin Gold, who created the brand back in 2004, back into much more of a leadership position. And I believe the CEO that was there when they sold to Hormel Foods is going to step back in. So I don't know, Adrienne, what do you think about all this?
I think it's cool. I mean, I think we all have we feel a certain kind of ownership of Justin's because Justin Gold is here in Boulder. I saw him at Sprouts the other day. So it's, it feels like, it's coming home, where it's supposed to be. What I'm curious about, I know that Justin is rejoining as a board member. He's been over at Rudy's, another big Boulder company, as the head of innovation, I believe. So I'm wondering if he's going to keep that role and then also be on the board at Justin's or what's going to happen over there. So I guess we'll find out soon. But yeah, I'm excited. And as I was reading this, I was also working on my presentation for Nutrition Capital Network, the fall meeting, where I'm going to be talking about some of our year-end trends that we've obviously talked about on the podcast. And one of those trends is that nutrient-dense convenience trend. And Justin's, I mean, if you think about these products, really, it was kind of one of the pioneers in that nutrient-dense convenient, the grab and go snack packs of really nutrient-dense nut butter. So it's kind of fun to see them kind of back in the limelight and getting their due as a standalone brand.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm curious what this will mean for their innovation strategies. I think in theory, this can get back to them being more agile and having more of that kind of entrepreneurial spirit that we loved about it. Obviously, it keeps Hormel in a position to kind of capitalize on the growth of the company because they are still a 49% owner, but then they're kind of giving up that control of the day-to-day. And I'm curious and we'll have to talk to Justin about this, but how this all is changing their day-to-day, their strategy moving forward, founder involvement, leadership approaches, and all of that. And hopefully maybe actually we should try to see if Justin wants to come to our CPG Innovation Summit. He'd be great to get on stage right now.
Well, just as you said that, I was thinking, why didn't we call Justin to come on the podcast?
I know. No, yes, clearly we need Justin on an upcoming episode of the podcast. And then CPG Innovation Summit. Adrienne, sorry, that's why I was late.
I love the segue.
Do this podcast is that I was having a great call with a partner for the CPG Innovation Summit, and we're just deep in that work right now. And I'm feeling so inspired by all of the different perspectives on what innovation means for this industry. And there's a lot of excitement around new technologies and AI and new kind of product innovations. But I think there's more energy around this kind of like grounding approach to innovation that enables companies to be truly sustainable long term, that enables them to be more profitable, where they can be agile and innovative, but still rooted in values and mission. So I love this. I want to hear what people in our community are talking about when it comes to innovation. CPG Innovation Summit, we will provide a lot more information on that in coming episodes, but it is a brand spanking new event that we are bringing to Expo West on March 3rd. It's all for brands and experts and leaders and business services in the industry coming together and talking about what's next and how can we co-create the future of this industry. I'm so excited about it. Justin, be on a panel. We're going to reach out to you.
And stay tuned to the podcast in the coming weeks for some exciting announcements about who those keynote speakers are going to be, because there's some good ones. I know you've been working really hard.
Yeah, reach out to us if you want to maybe hear it before we announce it to the world. Is that all the time we have?
That's all the time we have. Short and sweet today. I love it.
Pumpkin products, Justin's nut butter. It's a good episode.
Yeah, I'm going to go have to eat some lunch now.